Hey everybody, Matt here from Powder7 up at Loveland ski area. On a beautiful spring day along the Continental Divide, we're testing out the new 2026 Head Core series of skis. So we're gonna rip around on some groomers, bumps and trees and a little bit of big mountain skiing here at Loveland to test these out. I've brought my colleague, Alex Stetner from Powder7 up here to Loveland. She is going to ride on the Head Core women's version. Let's go ski up. The old cores were known for being pretty lightweight. They were snappy. They kind of fell in that lightweight freeride category that you could tour on. These fall more in the resort category. So Head is making them heavier, adding metal, and they're still graphene, Head's favorite dampening, stiffening agent. So should be a lot of torsional rigidity and power here. There's a men's collection and a women's collection.
So here on this springy day at Loveland, we had the good fortune of testing both very firm groomers and then kind of like softer groomers. I always thought the old cores did really well when the groomers were really edgeable. It was a really precise ski, but when it was really frighteningly, teeth-chatteringly firm, it could get a little bounced around just because it was a little bit lighter. I think that's where they've made great improvements on the new one. It's really smooth riding, even if the snow is a little bit more chattery. It's still just as precise. That was something I loved about the old skis, and these still hold up really nice turns. They feel really torsionally rigid as well with that little added metal in there. And so it's just really smooth riding and you can tilt it and feel really supported on even steeper edge angles.
These skis feel pretty different. So they're definitely a little bit heavier underfoot. You feel a more even suspension, I think, with a little bit softer flex and those two sheets of metal.
I think the new flex pattern really helps when you're dealing with some funky chop. It's just really smooth riding, and I think the new ski tracks really well without requiring as much input, which I think is great, again, for progressing skiers. Advanced and experts are still gonna really love like the solid platform and the kind of mix of rocker and taper they have in here. Makes for a really fun, little playful ride while still being a solidly directional ski.
So when we took the new cores into the bumps and trees, they weren't fighting me as I negotiated firm and then softer bump lines. They felt pretty intuitive. They're not the lightest ski in the world, but I felt like they had a really nice flex pattern for tackling bumps and then negotiating tree lines.
Bringing them up at Chair 9 into some big mountain terrain, we were able to test them in some mixed funky snow. Doesn't require as much input in the shovels to get that ski to push through stuff. It just kind of does it on its own, which is really nice.
The new cores just have a longer and more even, supple suspension versus that original version. So having two sheets of metal, but a little bit softer flex and a little more taper, I think really makes these skis shine versus the first cores.
They kept their precision, they kept that stability. I think they made great improvements, and this is a perfect all-mountain ski for out west. As per usual, we'll have all these skis this coming fall, a full Head Core range. So if you're looking for a pow ski or a skinny ski, we'll have them at Powder7 Ski Shop or powder7.com. And if you have any more questions about them, always feel free to give us a call. We love to chat about skis.